Hey everyone, thanks for joining me in today's episode of Super Smooth's Test It, Fix It, and Run It, where I take one of my locomotives that's been sitting around and I test it, and if necessary, fix it, and I'll definitely run it. So let's see what today's locomotive is. Well, what do you know? One day I looked up and I saw that I had 1776 subscribers. What a cool number. That inspired me to go ahead and think of this train that I've had sitting around for a while. The Lionel American Freedom Train. Was this an FA-1? Is that what that's supposed to be? Sure looks like it. And it's been sitting there, and when I first tested it, it didn't work. But I didn't really have time to put into it, so I thought to myself, well, I'll put it aside for a wonderful day. It's rattling around in there. I wonder if that's contributing to it not working. I figured I'll set it aside for maybe a July 4th thing, but with 1,776 subscribers, how could I possibly ignore this on that momentous moment where I crossed that threshold? Heading to 2,000, we'll see when I get there, but for right now, we can give this a shot. And it's still not running. Fair enough. Looks like I can't even really feel it pulling. I can't feel it doing anything. So let's pop this shell and see what it has to tell us. Oh, there's the rattle. The weight looks like it's held down by this clip thing that's probably broken. And this isn't too bad. I've got one other Lionel HO locomotive. Looks like it hasn't been used. It has traction tires. Oh, yeah, they're still on there. They're a little bit hard, but it hasn't been used a whole lot. Looks like it's pretty clean, actually. Well, let's take a look. Looks like the rear truck is responsible for one side and the front is responsible for the other, and because both of those leads then go into the motor. Yeah, it's molded in Canada. That doesn't seem very patriotic, does it? No, who knows? I guess that's okay. Fair enough. It's at least it's a Michigan company, which, me being from Ohio, doesn't seem very patriotic either. But okay. Well, when I spin this, it's spinning, but it feels a little sticky. Not sure where the sticky is coming from, though. So what we have here is just a unit that's probably got a lot of sticky going on. Just a lot of stiction, and we just have to kind of slowly and carefully work that out. I think that's what we're going to have to do. So we'll put some power into it and sort of help the motor along. Let's go ahead and lubricate it, particularly with some penetrating light oil. That'll get into the bearings. And we can see now, I'm not sure what's going on with the tower set. It's only one tower set that's going to work because the front one doesn't have any gears. But let's go ahead and try to work this from the outside in. I mean, it's really sticky. Really, really sticky. It's just chewing. I was hoping that sort of the motor would break all this, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So let's see here. Let's just see if maybe this is too close and it's pushing on to the tower too much. Well, let's try that and see what happens. Everything's just so stickified in there. I can feel it wanting to turn more freely, but I can also feel what I'm pretty sure is the tower set that's going to hold this up. So I'm going to start lubricating wheels, and I guess this is a nice little convenient thing that will allow some oil in there. I'll just put a couple of light drops in there. That's what's nice about having this needle applicator. And we'll see if that loosens things up just a little bit. All right, let's go for the rollers. Just need this to run a little bit more, I think, and that should help. Sometimes I wonder why I don't just go for the rollers right away. It seems to, wait a minute. You know what? Things kind of stopped again. So I'm not quite sure. You know what I mean, the rotating masses definitely loosened some, but it may not be the whole story. If I shift this around, it starts wanting to work a lot better. And I think what's happening here is that I'm not getting good contact. So let's go ahead and clean the wheels and see if that helps. Let's go ahead and clean both because we need both sets. And I'm just going to clean all the wheels anyway, just so that a lot of gunk doesn't spread. Well, no, it still doesn't quite work. See, even after cleaning things, sorry about that, Susie. Even after cleaning things didn't go all that well. So it was running fine, then it wasn't, but if I shift this thing around, it works. So, I think the problem is going to be in the pickups. So let's go ahead and pull the base plate off, and then we can also oil it in there a little bit at the same time, but I can also see what's going on with the electrical pickups. Electrical pickups, whoops, one got flung across the universe there. The electrical, let's check out the wheels. That's nice. It actually has a metal gear. That's nice. At least that's not going to crack. There we go. So you can see the other one's over there, but here is the axle pickup, and I'm thinking that we need to either clean that, or maybe it's just. Yeah, maybe it needs to be cleaned, or maybe the wheel isn't sitting in there and it needs just a little bit more tension so that the axle kind of makes good contact and has good purchase. So let's try that. Yeah, let's try that. Let's see if that's going to help at all. All right, sorry about that. I accidentally flipped the camera off, and then I had to go and repair the base plate a little bit so that it'll stick onto the truck. So that's much better. And with the other wiper, the axle wiper, I had to bend that one a little bit too. So both the axle wipers needed to be bent so that they pressed up against the axles a little bit better. Now, getting this weight back on without this, I could try it. It's kind of like, which way did it go? I can't even remember now. But I think, you know what? This is the right way, right? Yeah, no. Doggone it. Which way did this thing go? No, wait, this is definitely the right way. So what I'm going to have to do, I can tell this little, which way is this? This is really irritating me now. Yeah, either way, I think this little thing is broken anyhow, so I'm going to need to double-sided tape this back on there no matter what. All right, well, double-sided tape works for now, and as soon as I get my 3D printer back up and running, I will go ahead and remake those clips. Looks like there were 2 clips in here, and one was already destroyed, and so I'll do that. Anywho, here's the entire set that I have, less, of course, the locomotive, which I've already taken out. The box is not in great shape, and I'm not quite sure why somebody strapped one piece of tape around this one side. I'm not quite sure what the story is there, but there's everything. It's pretty nifty. It's a really nifty set. So it came with this transformer, which I haven't tried because I'm not going to use it. Some track, and probably not all the track is there, although a fair amount is. And then these cars. And I think this set was kind of made more cheaply than the set with the actual steam locomotive. So I think there's one fewer car in this set. But either way, we've got George there hanging out. That's Jefferson, right? Yeah, Jefferson. And on the reverse, there are different guys. And when this thing's running, I'll show you about. There's Kennedy. Interesting dude to put on there. And then, is that Ford? Is that? Yeah, I think so. Well, that would make sense. And then we got the Liberty Bell. Pretty nifty. I guess it's a Is that a Model T that's in there? Model T Roadster, something like that. And then the Moon Buggy, I suppose that is. So yeah, I'll show these off a little bit more in the running session. So there you have it. I guess over time, those little axle wipers just kind of lost enough tension to where they just weren't pressing up against the axles very consistently anymore. So bending them into a little bit more of a U shape, putting them back in, that seemed to work just fine. Love it when things are relatively easy like that. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. Please like, comment, and share. And I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe and hit that bell for me. It makes a big difference to my algorithm. And I would also appreciate it if you considered purchasing from one of my sponsors in the description. So until next time, happy model railroading. Take care, stay safe, and I will talk to you later. Bye for now.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the